Goodchild. This is my E12, 1978. I've owned it for 6 years. I wasn't really looking for a BMW. My mate was looking at an E23 at the time. I went to show someone it on eBay and scrolling through classic BMWs and spotted this, and next thing you know, I own it. So there you go. It's got full airlift universal struts in it. I've done a weld up all myself. 17-inch E50s by 9 and 9.5. Other than that, really, it's been restored pretty much underside. And ideally, I'd like to put a 2.8 in it eventually. I've been driving it for probably a month or so now. It's been good just to get out on it, even if it's just meet some things, because that's all we got to do. But no, it's cool. It's wicked, cruises along lovely. Even if people say like 520s are a bit boggy and that, but it seems to keep up nice. Got a slight little issue, high revs at the moment. Can't sort of floor it. But I think I just got to tweak the carb or timing or something. So no real problem. But it's nice. It's nice.
So I'm Darren Sear. This is my E24 635 CSI. Had it for about 4 years now. When I was 18 and poor, I saw one of these driving down the high street in red, and it just blew me away. I just thought that's such an amazing car, and I thought one day I'm going to own one of those, and here I am 35 years later, and so I managed to get one myself. It's a standard car underneath, but I actually wanted one in red, but I couldn't find a decent one, so I found a nice clean one in white. And to make it look a bit different, I decided to do a Schnitzer wrap, and this particular design is how they used to race it in the 80s, one of the Group A racing cars. So I designed it myself. I took some pictures, got some stuff off the net, and I wrote to Schnitzer themselves and got some pictures of their original design. I'm quite useful on technical drawing on the computer. Made the design up myself, gave it to a wrapping company, and they did it for me a few years ago, and I've been very happy with it. I changed the wheels. It had some copy Alpina wheels on there, they originally come with 16-inch TRX, which are quite hard to get hold of. The tyres are very expensive, so I've changed it for Imperials. Gone for 17-inch BBS split rims. I really like the gold and the silver. The chrome I think is a nice touch. When I first got the car, it was dark and wet, and when I was driving home, I was thinking, what have I done? And it was very noisy, and I was thinking, oh, okay. But every time I get in the car, literally every time, it sits in the garage and I don't use it for ages, and then every time I get in the car, it just brings a massive smile to my face. I put stainless steel straight through exhaust on it. It has an awesome tone to it, and I always often get lots of thumbs ups and what have you. I just love driving it every single time, and it's still got quite a lot of performance.
My name's Rob. I've had the car for 6 weeks. Been looking at one for a couple of years. A couple have come up, I've missed them, and was just lucky enough to be at the point of when I was scanning eBay and all the classifieds on one night that this car came up, fell in love with the colour, and decided that was the one for me to stick an offer in on. So yeah, really good. My brother, when I used to live up in London, he did an apprenticeship at BMW in Osterley. And he used to bring 2002s home because he was doing his apprenticeship. They used to let him bring the cars home, and it just had childhood memories of me wanting to go out in it. And then sort of like as I've got older, I did the E28, got an M2, but kind of wanted to get the 2002 just to marry up with the M2 really, as all the planets aligned, if you like. They all came together and said now's the time to buy one. So that's how I got it. The history of the car is that a guy that owned it by the name of Gordon Spence, it was a northern car, or up north for about 20-30 years. He had a garage. He had it almost from new, and although it's a TI, he did all the current modifications on it, which are, so he put an E21 gearbox in it, 5-speed, took it from a 4-speed to a 5-speed. He put all the TI interior in it, which has got the wooden trim, etc., and the wooden gauges, opposed to the standard 2002. And yeah, he tinkered about. He changed the camshaft 2002. It's got twin carburetors on it, which he put on there. So I'm still learning my way around the car, really. I've got a few things on order. There's a louver on order. There's a new set of wheels, BBS rims on order. Usual sort of stuff that I'll dress the car up and make it my own, but without killing the period of it and messing about too much. But it's all as it evolves is how it'll be. I remember the days of obviously the M10, the 2002 was a game changer in the car world, certainly with BMW, and I just remember being in it and loving it. And then when I got it, sat in the garage for 3 weeks because obviously I had to tinker with it just to make sure it was all running right with my mates. And then this is the first journey out in it today, which I've done 60 miles in it to get here today. Didn't miss a beat. Drives absolutely beautiful. Smooth as a baby's bum, if you like, on the roads. Stuck in the M25, no overeating, nothing. It was just a pleasure to drive. Beautiful. Really cool.
My name's Michael Kay. I own this E9 3.0 CSI. I've had this only a year now, but I've been interested in CSIs for many years. My stepdad, when I was a youngster, had a BMW 745. I remember sitting in the back of it and loving the car. My main aim in getting this really was to try and find the most unrestored, unmodified CSI I could find. Spent a lot of time on stalking on forums, asking people various things, and I was contacted by a guy called Simon who owned this car prior to me, owned the car prior to me. He'd had it 40 years, he bought it in 79. My aim was originality, I liked the history, the idea of the car being as original as possible, and that's what I was looking for when I got this. The aim is to try and keep it as original as possible. At the moment I see no rust, even though I know and I'm told there's rust in there somewhere. Apparently every one of these cars has rust in there. So really it's about maintaining it, keeping it going. In terms of work, what could I do really? I've changed all the brake lines, changed all the brakes. I'm actually braking on servos now, whereas for the first 6 months of the year I've been braking on the master cylinder only. Hadn't realised that, but now I realise now it stopped. I just assumed an old car it was never going to stop, but now it stops really well. So you get in the car and it's spacious. It's got these big windows, and you can actually feel the whole road behind and front of you. In modern cars, obviously you've got quite big pillar posts. These are tiny. Starting the engine, the sound of that straight six, and then just driving it. It's like it's a luxury car, even though it isn't one. But compared with a modern car, you just get that sense of drive, the vibration. As I say, the brakes don't stop on like as quickly as a modern car. But it was just a lovely drive, and I love driving it.
My name's Raj Sangha. This is my E24 BMW 635 CSI. Not owned it long. Bought it in November last year, so 8-9 months. So I already own an E30 M3 Macabre Blue, and I wanted something to match that. I toyed between an 840 and an E24, and in the end went for the E24 purely because of the Macabre Blue. So that's mainly the reason why I've gone for a 6 Series Shark Nose. The previous owner had done all the body work, the engine work, the interior. That was already done by the previous owner. My job was really to put our own little touch on it, and our touch is obviously the air ride. It's on airlift performance and the wheels. There's a little bit of audio, but there's still some more audio to go into the car, and we've upgraded this basic stereo and the speakers at the moment, and there's Clifford security on there. This is a cruiser. None of my other cars are cruisers. They're either raw, or they're performance vehicles, or they're cars that you've got to drive hard to get the best out of them, like the E30 M3. This is purely a cruiser, which is perfect. Because the look of this car, you're not really going to throw around corners, but in terms of cruising, fantastic. We are on web, caraudiosecurity.com. We are available on the phone as well, 0208 561 9485, or you can DM us on Instagram or Facebook, Car Audio Security. Not only do we do car audio security, we also do suspension, we do wheels, but part of our business is now home AV. So we do a lot of home products, Sonos, Bose. So the new showroom that will open October, November time will show not only just the car audio products we sell and the security products, but also the home products we sell, Bose, Sonos, Denon, Marantz, and so on.
Name's Tony. It's a 1986 BMW E30 TC Bauer. Owned the car for about 5 years now. Mod-wise, it's on D2 air ride, suspension-wise. Obviously the wheels, split rims, they've been on the car for about 5 years now. Engine-wise, upgraded to a 2.7 from a 1.8, running Piper camshaft. It's got Gen V throttle bodies, Emerald K6, standalone management. It's got a stainless steel exhaust system. With the throttle bodies, I approach a tunnel, I slow down, I turn into like a 16-year-old kid. It's drop into second gear and just floor it. You know what I mean? It's just that sound, the induction noise that you get and everything. And to be honest, I think it's the best thing that I've ever done to this engine. These originally were the 14-inch bottle top wheels that come with the car. So I contacted the company, asked them if they can split them three-way. up them to 17 inch. Obviously on the fronts they're 8Js, 9s on the rears, done it. And then 3 months later, wheels come through, and that's it. I was well happy. I've always been into E30s for years and years and years, and the Bauer has always been like the ugly duckling, hated sort of car. I was looking for a project, and this one come along. You know what I mean, it was pretty rough when I got it, and I thought, I've just got to buy a Bauer, you know what I mean, and just do the car, and also I'll get the comments of the skip, you know what I mean, the wheelbarrow and all that. But obviously the guys now behind the scenes, they love it, you know what I mean, for what's been done to it. It's changed the outlook on the Bauers, especially because there's a few more Bauers coming through in the pipeline now. They've seen this, and yeah, and there's going to be a lot more of these on the road next year, you know what I mean, up to a high standard.
I'm Joe Courtney. I've got an E30 M3, I've had it for 2 years. It's got Hartger 3-piece wheels, Sport Evolution interior, I-back lowering springs, and a Eisenman exhaust. Always lusted after one as a kid. Loved the boxy shape with the bigger arches and the race pedigree. It's just, to me, it's like the dream. Oh, immense. I mean, sitting on the left-hand drive, being a 4-cylinder as well. I mean, it didn't have as much punch as you expect, but an E30 M3, I mean, it's just epic in every way. It's just the look, the drive, the way it feels. Sitting on the left-hand side is just amazing.
My name's David Kleins. It's a BMW 2002 Cabriolet, and I've had it 8 years. I mean, I had no interest in these whatsoever, and I saw it advertised, and it was just so pretty, and I liked the colour, and I bought it. That was it. That was purely the reason for buying it. It had 15-inch wheels on it, so wherever we went, it rubbed on the arches, and I just thought, what have I done? This is a terrible experience, you know. But I've got these 13-inch on now, and it's as they say in all those YouTube films where you see guys driving around America on freeway. It just goes exactly where you point it. They're brilliant. It really is an enjoyable thing to drive. Yeah, I love it. Everywhere, I can guarantee I can take this out any time, any day, and at least 3 or 4 people will want to talk to me, or they'll give me the thumbs up. It's a brilliant social car. Yeah, very enjoyable.